Right, another problem tree. This is a Suntan that was grafted over on top of another variety spun. I didn't want to do a 3 graft here. There's a sort of rind graft there, sort of stabbed into the middle of a branch. Here's another rind graft. That's another rind graft. 3 rind grafts that take away very well. Very vigorous growth. We had a good crop from it last year. It's not in great shape further down below, unfortunately, but it's surviving. I don't know if you can see that there. That's died back around that wound. It's surviving. It's growing very vigorously. And in fact, again, that's my height. That's 6 feet. Now again, that's too tall, really. This is growing up to about 12 feet. Last year it grew 2.5 feet. And the tree is somewhat unbalanced. I've already been round it, by the way, and done some tipping back to outward facing bud, tidy that up, cleaned out some excessive wood. But I'm left really with, well, 2 problems really. One, you've got these 2 branches growing rather close to each other. It's not terrible. What I'll probably do is leave them both and maybe remove this one next year when this one will have grown bigger and have fallen down a bit with the weight of fruit. But this is a big issue. This one here that's branching off at about 3.5 feet above ground level, and it's going up very tall. Last year I lost control of the pruning because of my injury, as I keep saying. This is really too tall. Just stand back. You can see the tree is unbalanced. We've got apples growing 8 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot high. Can't reach them without a ladder. It's no good. I'm going to make a radical cut. Okay, I'm going to make it here. All right. The tree is now considerably more balanced than it was. Okay, I've lost some okay, the overall crop that this is going to give me, the weight of apples this year, won't be as much as it would have been if I'd left that. However, the ones lower down will get more light than they would have done. There'll still be less weight. However, if I hadn't cut that off this year, I'd have had to cut it off next year or the year after. So I may as well balance the tree. Once you've made a mistake, cut your losses. Well, once you realise you made a mistake, cut your losses and correct it without delay. I'm a little concerned still about this overcrowding here, and this is just too overcrowded. I think I'm going to have to take some action. So I'm going to take a modest amount off of this. Take a modest cut there. Those are still a bit too close together. In an ideal world, this branch would be growing out into that space, but it's not. Don't worry, this is growing out into that space. Okay, so I've finished pruning that tree now. Just a question of rebalancing, and when you see what a mistake that wasn't corrected looks like, you're more anxious and you're better equipped to literally nip things in the bud and correct them to try and get good shapes from early on. Again, I'm showing you some of the more difficult trees rather than where everything's perfectly okay.